So moving on to the next question. This question is directed to Sunil Jairam sir. So sir, considering that Chitlapakam Rising has been an organization that has all its initiatives, events being executed through effective collaboration with local communities and local people, the residents there. So what platforms and opportunities do you think needs to be created and to facilitate better communication between youth-led initiatives or youth volunteers and the local communities, so that the success of these environmental initiatives are better when they are youth-led? So how can we create such forums for communication between local communities and youth environmentalists for better outcomes is the question.
I think one big difference and benefit that we had as a community is the social media intervention that is now widely popular, right? The same, again, I'm going back to Chitlapakam Lake because we're very centric to that revival. So the same Chitlapakam Lake was protected 20 years ago or 25 years ago by the then generation, when an attempt was made by government to build a housing board converting the lake into a concrete building. So in those ages, you can imagine, without a social media, they were able to do door-to-door campaigns, bring people out of their houses, form a human chain with some 1,500 people standing on the GST road into Chitlapakam, so which made a big success. Luckily for us, reaching out to the community, reaching out to youngsters, there is now n number of forums which are very easily available for all of us, free of cost, right, and easily able to create a propaganda campaign, properly organize ourselves around the various community. We even have communities and platforms for elder generation, like, Facebook, I would like to call it as a elder generation social media, because youth is now in Instagram. But then we maximize all the platforms. So we have a very vibrant community around Facebook. It's almost 50,000 followers. And whatever we post reaches millions of people. It gets shared and get propagated. And we are very active on WhatsApp, bringing all the local community of folks into WhatsApp for instant communication of what activities are getting planned. What is that going to happen on a Saturday, Sunday morning? So we're very instantly able to communicate through WhatsApp. And the youth population is on Instagram. So we also have a channel created on Instagram, and we have a youth brigade, people like Sanjanya and others who manages that channel. So we used the technology platforms which are now widely available, addressing each and every age groups, each and every community flavors which are out there through these various forums. And it's again very, very easy to now create an activity where we want to plant 1,000 trees, for example. All we have to do is create an event on the social media platform. It gets liked, shared, and then all you have to do is send some WhatsApp messages to your school and college network to bring students in. Very instantly, things can convert, and you can even measure, predict things, because now the technology is available based on how many people have seen this, how many people have said, okay, they will join, they are maybe likely to join. You can very easily decide what is the expected headcount that you will see for a activity. And the other important thing is the officials and media are following all these handles. So whatever we write there, the officials get to know instantly that, okay, now this team says they're going to do a street planting of trees or a protest around some issues. So they get instantly notified about these things, and they know how big this is now cascading into based on all the social media noise that it generates. I think the solution now happens in a very accelerated way because of these platforms. And groups like us really capitalize on these innovations.
Okay, I think sir's response just touched upon the fact that when most of us are having a really important social media presence, it's not always about entertainment. It's about leveraging the technology to make the fullest use, so that we can always reach out to as many people as possible for the right cause. Thank you so much, sir, again for the response. Over to Samyu.
Okay, before moving on to the last panelist of the day, we would like to entertain a couple of questions, but I don't think we'll be able to entertain more than two. So if you have any questions, please put your hands up and we'll be definitely entertaining them.
My question is to Mr. Sanil sir. What do you think the future holds for ecology? Because we students are here to present our ideas for the future. I want to hear what an actual experienced person has to say for the future, because we can also get examples from that for our future, right?
I think the future is bright when I think every opportunity out there is very bright. But I noticed recently, if you also bundle environmentalism with technology, there are many new sectors which are now opening up with so many possibilities. Just last week, we invited a person from a company called Insta Good. So his motive is to create goodness which will be very instant. So he invented a big garbage bin. When you put a plastic bottle into it, it dispatches a coupon that we can use to take it to Pothys or Sarana stores or wherever you want to go to get a discounted coupon. So there are a number of options where waste is converted to energy, right? If you combine the environmentalism and technology, the opportunities are bright, because over the years, unplanned development has completely messed up our environment and our neighborhood. There are a number of things that many of us can do to reverse the bad that happened, right? I think sustainable development is yet to start in our state, in our country, and you all have a very bright future if you think of ways which you can innovate to create a business model around it, on how you can build a successful career around this. And there are a number of examples on this table. I mean, I'm not an example because I don't do a business model around environment. I work for Tech Mahindra in IT, but there are folks, Dr. Prahlad is here from Bhumi, and Care Earth Trust is an example. Environmentalist Foundation of India run by Arun Krishnamurthy is an example. How you can bridge environment plus other causes to build a business model and create a career for yourself.
If you have questions, we will definitely figure out a way to help you out, but please hold on to it as of now. And Sir had mentioned in his response about how there are a lot of initiatives that are coming up where plastic can be converted into energy. In one of the presentations today, I think one of the teams actually spoke about converting plastic to energy. So I think that will be quite relatable to all the participants and the other members who are here as audience today. Thank you, sir. So moving on to the last panelist of the day, which is Sarsanti, our very own principal. So, as a strong advocate for pursuing careers and initiatives in the field of environment, and with the experience of meeting a lot of different students from different socio-economic backgrounds, how do you think economic and social pressures, such as the need to focus on education and secure, like a very secure employment, impact youth participation in environmental initiatives? Because when I think back, we've had multiple discussions in our environmental management classes where we had a lot of debates on how we could actually manage to secure employment and at the same time focus on social change at the same time. So how do you think that is possible, Auntie? And can you also touch upon the role that education systems play in fostering this kind of thought in students as such?
So, yes, Samyukta, like we had a lot of debates to how EVM is going to be going to show us a secured career. Yes, when it comes to employment. Yes, when it comes to, yes, in India, it is a challenge. Yes, and I would say all the institutions had to definitely include AVM into their curriculum. Many times it's a miss. It's a big miss. When it comes to now, yeah, when it comes to international schools or ICSE board schools, yes, we do have, that is a part of a thought process to include EVM. When it comes to CBSE and other schools, no. I mean, like it's a miss because the students and the parent community as such aren't aware about the career opportunities in EVM. So, see, recently I had a conversation with one of our students, and this guy did come up and tell me, yes, ma'am, so I would definitely wanted to do something for, social, cause and the environment issue. I would come up with a technology that could give solution, but it is very difficult for me to think that I could take up a career in EVM because I'm sure it is not going to be a white collar job. I'm sure it's not going to be a job that is going to be secured for my life. Maybe I could, like Sunil sir now, I could take up a position, some, good white collar job in organization, and then I can also, involve myself into, NGO organization stuff. But I strongly suggest this is the time that we really have to focus to start thinking on these lines of career opportunities in EVM, because we have to, as all the panelists, were talking here, youth engagement into social cause is going to be the best impact ever. Okay, so I just want to quote here to how parent community also can, cater to this. So I remember once Bhumi had come up with one activity, and we wanted the students to get involved, and we also sent out this a flyer to all our parents and our students. Though our students are interested to be a part of the activity, it was very difficult for parents to bring those students to your organization to be a part. Okay, so it means parent community are still not aware to what youth can bring in, what kind of transformation youth can bring in. Because again, career opportunities are strongly towards IT sector and engineering and medicine. So I would actually ask panelists here if you could come up with a career workshop, about how and where and what kind of courses available. Okay, that will actually give a real good picture for the parents to know, oh yeah, there is a lot of opportunities. Yes, so that I think will help.
Okay. Can we have a big round of applause for that response? Yeah. So, even when I was personally searching up for different career paths, environmental engineering, a lot of sustainable development has become booming career options right now, which means the opportunities are boundless. So let us not underestimate or trivialize the impact that conserving the environment has. And it's all about, again, mutually contributing to the wellness. If we have to contribute, all the people who are supporting us also have to share a committed goal for that. Thank you so much, Asanti, for that. So I think this brings us to the end of the panel discussion, and but not so soon. We will be entertaining 2 more questions from the audiences before the session comes to an end. So can the mics be hand?
A lot of BMI students have a lot of questions, and we are very, very appreciative of that. But we would like to give this opportunity to other schools to use this opportunity as well. So I hope you guys understand.
This question is for the principal. Ma'am, what made you choose all of these environmentalists for experts? What made you choose? I'm sure that there are many environmentalists out there. What made you choose everyone here? What made you choose?
That's a good question. Okay, unique one. In fact, I didn't choose. Okay, it was just given to the panel of our teachers and students to choose. Yeah, and whoever we came across, we have our own parents here who are part of NGOs, and we definitely wanted to make use of, their information right to the entire community here.
Oh, so parents, students and teachers selected these.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for the question.
I have a question. This is not specifically to any one of you, but since all of you here are experienced people, I would like to know, in case one of us want to start an NGO someday, what could be the steps we could take right now, and what are the possible challenges we would face?
Starting an NGO is easy. Running it and sustaining it and growing it is difficult. I would say start by volunteering for NGOs around you, whichever is close to you, whichever is in your school. At a later point, definitely you can consider starting an NGO. Happy to help out later. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for your
Thank you,
interest.
sir.
I think he has something to add.
See, starting an NGO, right? There are lots of NGOs around, but lot of machines are there. But to succeed, right, you need to first catch your goal. It should come from within. So you first identify what is close to you, right? And make sure that you are ready to compromise anything to achieve that. So that is when you are ready to completely work for it. After that, like sir said, you volunteer in an NGO which is in that particular line, right? And then when you are successful, when you know what is like a lot of rules will be there. You will understand the rules. Forget about rules. Rules anybody can advise. You have an advisor and rule. But your goal, how you want to achieve. So those three questions need to be answered. What is my goal? Am I serious about it? Am I ready to compromise my happiness for that? Then you are serious about it. So then you take the next step. Then do an volunteering. Then you will learn more about it. After that, do your homework. After that, you can start an NGO. So that is very important.
Thank you, sir.
Next question, after which we'll be wrapping this up.
I have a general question to everyone here. If earlier in your life you had to choose anything, any career, but anything related to nature, what would it be?
I would like to repeat the question. So, if you had an opportunity to choose a career with respect to environment in your early years, what career path would it be? That was his question.
I would have liked to be a doctor for dogs.
So I would have chosen to be a forest ranger where I would spend all my life in the forest. So today I have to go and ask permission if I want to go anywhere. I want to be hands down. I just want to go wherever I want within the forest, away from humans.
Same goes with Balaji sir. Actually, I would love to, enjoy nature and get into, any woods and have trekking and, love the nature, be away from humans, be away from technology. Yeah, so that's something I resonate with him, yeah.
See, I would have opted to get into the government administration, maybe IAS, IFS, IRS, whatever. So now in the private sector, we are able to question them, why are you not doing this, that? I would have preferred to be on the... Yeah, I mean, you will get to decide things being on the administration side if you are a IFS managing the forests and other things in the district. So I think being in the administration would have probably resulted in a much better way than sitting on this side and trying to question them day in and day out.
I would have been a full-time traveler, like documenting the diverse topography of this Indian subcontinent, different people, culture, their custom, everything, yeah, document.
When I was a kid, I wanted to be a writer and a wildlife scientist and a marine biologist and a lot of things. And I feel like right now, I studied social sciences and what I'm doing kind of has all those things, kind of.
Right, so that was a beautiful question, like a futuristic question of sort to end our session with. So our school's Action for Community Transformation has been an initiative so far that acts as a testament to the power of youth engagement, as we have discussed so far in the 60 minutes here. So by providing platforms for students to act on issues around them, ACT fosters a culture of civic responsibility and social change. Let's continue to support and participate in such initiatives to cultivate a society that is just, sustainable and equitable. Our esteemed panelists have shared their valuable insights, inspiring all of us to unite and create a more sustainable future. And the flow of our discussion spanned out quite beautifully, talking about youth engagement, responsibility, commitment, and so many other things that was quite valuable to us. So at the end of the day, all of you would agree with me when I say, by empowering our youth, we can unleash their fullest potential to create a world where environmental challenges are addressed, social injustices are eradicated, and economic opportunities are provided to all. So thank you once again to our esteemed panelists for your enlightening contributions. Thank you so much for joining us here today. And your passion and dedication serve as a beacon of... Thank you, audience. So your passion and dedication serves as a beacon of hope for a brighter tomorrow, and it has continued to inspire a lot of us here. Thank you so much once again for being here. Right now we have Bharati Kannan sir here to summarize the flow of discussion briefly. So let's all welcome him here to stage.
Okay, 2 நிமிஷம் ஆனோன்னா ஸ்டாப் பண்ணிட்டுங்க. I don't want to take much of your time. Okay, மக்களே எல்லாருக்கும் வணக்கம். தமிழில் பேச போகிறேன். who are not comfortable in Tamil, please raise your hands. Like one. Okay, so like I try to be bilingual. Okay, so see, இது வந்து I don't see this is another இன்னொரு ஒரு நிகழ்வு இல்லை அப்படின்னு தான் நான் பார்க்குறேன். ஒரு திஸ் வேர்ல்டு வந்து ஹியூமன் சென்ட்ரிக்கா இல்லை நேச்சர் சென்ட்ரிக்கா? லைக் ஹியூமன் சென்ட்ரிக்கா நேச்சர் சென்ட்ரிக்னா நம்ம இப்போது மனிதர்களுடைய பார்வையிலேருந்து நான் பார்க்குறோம். ஸோ தேர் இஸ் அ டிஸ்டம். இப்போ நம்ம இந்த புவி வந்து ஒரு ரிதமில் வந்து இட் இஸ் செயல்படுறது. ஆனால் வந்து நம்ம எல்லாத்தையும் நம்ம மனிதர்களுடைய பார்வையிலேருந்து தான் அதை பார்க்குறோம். ரைட்? இட்ஸ் ஹியூமன் சென்ட்ரிக் ஆர் நேச்சர் சென்ட்ரிக்? அது எப்படி இருக்கணும்? அது நேச்சர் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்கணுமா ஹியூமன் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்கணுமா? நேச்சர் சென்ட்ரிக். எனக்கு காதில் சரியாக விழலை. நேச்சர் சென்ட்ரிக். ஓகே, ஆனால் அது வந்து என்னவா இருக்குது? ஹியூமன் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்குது. ஹியூமன் சென்ட்ரிக்கில் வந்து மேன் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்கா உமன் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்கா? மேன் சென்ட்ரிக். யாராவது சொல்கிறீங்களா உமன் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்கா? இல்லை. ஓகேவா? இல்லை, மேன் சென்ட்ரிக்காக இருக்குது. ஸோ அப்போது நம்ம என்ன பார்க்கணும் அப்படின்னா வந்து இன்னைக்கு ஒரு வாழ்க்கையோடைய இந்த சூழலுக்கும் நமக்கும் மனுஷர்களுக்கும் இருக்கக்கூடிய ஒரு 4-5 விஷயத்த சொல்கிறேன். அது நம்மளுடைய ஒரு மந்திரம் மாதிரி நம்ம வந்து எடுத்துக்கணும். இயற்கை மனிதனின் தேவைக்கு அனைத்தையும் தரும், ஆனால் அவனது பேராசைக்கு அதனிடம் ஒன்றுமே இல்லை. நேச்சர் வில் கிவ் எவ்ரிதிங் ஃபார் மேன்ஸ் நீட், ஹியூமன்ஸ் நீட், பட் நாட் ஃபார் இட்ஸ் கிரீட். நாட் ஃபார் இட்ஸ் கிரீட். ஆசைக்கும் தேவைக்கும் ஆசைக்கும் சின்ன நூலிழை தான் வித்தியாசம். சின்ன நூலிழை தான் வித்தியாசம். ஆசைக்கும் பேராசைக்கும் சின்ன நூலிழை தான் வித்தியாசம். நூலிழைனா புரியுதா? வேஃபர் தின் மார்ஜின். இதில் எது ஆசை, எது பேராசை, எது தேவை அப்படின்றத பிரித்து பார்க்கறதுல தான் நம்மளோட ஃப்யூச்சர் இருக்குது. எல்லாமே வந்து ஓவர்லாப்பாக இருக்குது. அப்படி இருக்கும்போது இன்னைக்கு இந்த மலை, இந்த மரம், இந்த காடு, இந்த நீர், இது எல்லாமே வந்து நமக்கு மனிதர்களுக்கு சொந்தமானது அல்ல. இது நம்மளுடைய தாத்தா பாட்டி கிட்டேருந்து கிடைச்ச சொத்து அல்ல. நம்ம இஷ்டத்துக்கு வரட்டுத்தனமாக பயன்படுத்த, நம்ம எதிர்கால தலைமுறைக்கு வட்டியும் முதலுமாக கொடுக்க வேண்டிய ஒரு கடன். அந்த ஒரு பொறுப்புணர்ச்சி நமக்கு இருக்கணும். இன்னைக்கு நம்ம பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம்ல, இந்த சூழல்ல ஏதாவது ஒரு உயிரினத்தினுடைய அழிவினுடைய தொடக்கம் இந்த நொடி பொழுது நடந்திருக்கு. ஏதோ ஒரு உயிரின அழிஞ்சு போகக்கூடிய சூழலுக்கும் வந்திருக்கு. திஸ் இஸ் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் பீஸ்ட்லி இன்டர்வென்ஷன் ஆஃப் ஹியூமன்ஸ். இன்னைக்கு வந்து நம்ம 2015க்கு பிறகு தான் வந்து இந்த என்விரான்மெண்டல் அவேர்னஸ்லாம் இன்னும் வந்து வேகப்படுறது. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி நிறைய பேர் பேசியிருந்தாங்க. ஆனால் வந்து நேரடியாக ஒரு சென்னை மாதிரியான ஒரு அர்பன் ஸ்பேஸில் வரும்போது தான் எல்லாருமே வந்து பேசுகிறோம். ஸ்கூல்ஸில் இந்த மாதிரியான இனிஷியேட்டிவ்லாம் அதுக்கப்புறமா வேகப்படுறது. இப்போ வயநாடு வர பார்த்தோம். இதெல்லாம் எதனால, ஏன் காரணம்? அது வந்து நேச்சுரல் டிசாஸ்டர் இல்லை, அது இட்ஸ் அ மேன் மேட் டிசாஸ்டர்ஸ். அது நம்ம தெளிவாக இருக்கணும். நான் திருப்பி அதான் சொல்கிறேன். இந்த நிகழ்வு வந்து நான் ரொம்ப முக்கியமாக பார்க்குறேன். ரொம்ப இல்லை இதை இனிஷியேட் பண்ண இந்த தாட்ஃபுல்லான இந்த இனிஷியேட்டிவுக்கு ஐ தேங்க் ஈச் அண்ட் எவ்ரி ஒன். இதை வந்து திருப்பி இன்னொரு நிகழ்வாக நம்ம மாற்றிடக்கூடாது. ஸோ லைக் இந்த லூப்பை வந்து நம்ம புரிஞ்சிக்க வேண்டிய தேவை இருக்குது. அப்படி இல்லைன்னா வில் பி லைக் அதே மாதிரி தான் அந்த ஒரு திருப்பி அதுக்குள்ளே நம்ம சிலந்தி வலை மாதிரி சிக்கின்னு இருப்போம். ஸோ இட்ஸ் அலார்மிங். ஸோ எஸ், அந்த அடிப்படையில் எந்த உயிரினமும் இல்லாமல் மனிதனால் இந்த பூமியில் வாழ முடியாது. மனிதன் மட்டும் இல்லைன்னா எல்லா உயிரினமும் இந்த பூமியில் எப்படி வாழ முடியும்? சந்தோஷமாக வாழ முடியும். நன்றி.
Yeah, I think the speech just made it all. It was a bang on. Thank you so much, sir. I was personally able to resonate with it so very well. Thank you so much for those words. So that brings us to the end of panel discussions. We have been talking for so long here. So moving on to the AdZap team. So over to you. Thank you, panelists. Have small mementos to appreciate your presence here. They all deserve it. They have dedicated their valuable time here to be able to communicate and converse with all of you.